my favorite moment in the entire... Maybe I should complicate this before I start speaking here.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comics League Live. Snyder Saturday. Sorry, I'm delirious. I had a long week. To join me on this Snyder Sunday when we talk Watchmen, I got a buddy coming in. So let's welcome our friend.
I am Phoenix!
Hey, Nick. What's up, brother?
Hello there.
Yeah, you know I had to bring in the intro. So
I love it.
So like I said, we're going to be talking about Watchmen, but there are a couple of other items that we're going to talk about. But first, there's one thing that Nick and I really want to talk to. We're going to show... So the cover for Screecher came out, and Nick released it, and we're going to show you guys. And that... I will say this. Her cape looks literally like fire, and I'm there for it.
This girl is on fire. So that's just like the preview version. I sent you the full version. Could you kind of pull that up for us?
Yeah, sure. That it looks so... I was surprised. I was like, wow, that looks freaking dope. I mean, I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't expect it to be like...
Xevious really outdid himself.
It looks very much like Alex Ross a little bit here. All right, so hang on. Let me share. Here is it in its wonderfulness. Look at that.
Oh, we got a little Jaredception going on.
Jayception. But look at this.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Honestly, like Tevye mentioned, that kind of reminds him of a Spawn character. Like, I think, based off the cape, I could definitely see where he's coming from with that.
And by the way, hi, Taladia. Hi, Tevye. What's up, gentlemen? And wow, yeah, Nick, I'm blown away, dude, because as a comic book writer myself now, I appreciate that the cover is basically the writer's handshake. And that is a firm handshake, dude. That is a real good one right there. Yeah, I did, Taladia.
Yeah, I don't mind if Taladia comes on.
No, I mean, I asked him if he wanted to come on, but then he said he didn't get to see Watchmen before the stream. If you still want to come on,
yeah, he can provide color commentary.
Technically a co-host, so if you want to come on, just DM me on Twitter. So what we got here?
So this is the work in progress campaign. So it's not finished yet, but I wanted to kind of show you kind of like a quick an exclusive preview of it. Mm-hmm. So what we got so far, and then so I'm still working on Comics Wellspring will be my printer.
Yeah, remember at the end of the stream is when we have like non-co-hosts come on the stream.
And then let's see here. Where is...
Yeah, I understand, Taladia. New FIFA came out. Although as an American, I could care less about soccer. Just saying. Shots fired. So go on, Nick.
Here in America, we play football.
Actually, you know what, Nick? Should we save the tiers for when we launch the stream?
I don't mind letting people know about it. It's not like it's some big thing to reveal. Okay. I actually think letting people know about it a week in advance will kind of help them figure out what they want to get.
And what's up, Jarrett?
We
got a lot of great new stuff to talk about, but first we're talking about Nick's comic real quick.
So, gonna give a kind of a breakdown of the tier. So, the basic one is $5, which gets you a digital comic. Oh,
wait. I have a video. I just made this. I'm so happy. It came out so good. Ladies and gentlemen, Snyder. Oh, and one more. There you go.
Now, if you wanted to go for a hat trick, there's the one in Night Owl's lair.
And by the way, so Snyder Queen, since you weren't here for the Sucker Punch stream,
all right, I dig it. So my queen just kind of catch you up on going through the tiers for Screecher. Hey, show the cover one more time. Make sure I want our queen to see it.
Yeah. So Snyder Queen. So here's the cover for Nick's comic, and
it's kind of good.
It's okay. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And by the way, I have always been right on what female character in these movies reminds me of Snyder Queen. Well, in my defense, when we're talking about the DC movie, she has the character as her profile picture, so that's really easy.
Yeah, it's quite the wonderful pairing.
It's a wonder I can get through this. But anyway, look at that cover.
Oh, it came out better than I could ever hope for.
I was gonna back your comic even before, but if I wasn't going to in the past,
yeah, let's kind of. I want to go over the tiers so that people can kind of know which one is right for them. You know,
real quick, we're gonna go over the things. Oh, and by the way, yes.
Ooh, it's coming. Gotham Knights is coming.
All right, bro. Gee. Okay, so go.
So for $5, you'll get like a digital comic. You know, that's a really good option, not just for people who don't like the basic stuff, but for a lot of international people.
Yeah.
Because like shipping is a B. Like for example, for Turn Samurai, I had to ship just the comic to a guy in the Netherlands. Cost me $30 just to ship that thing. Just a comic to the Netherlands. So it's like I don't blame people for not wanting to pay those shipping costs. I don't blame them. So that's why I have this digital option. If they just want, to support me, that's why that's there. But the minimum it would take you to get a physical comic. So shipping prices.
Oh, by the way, wait. Jared has a good thing. Screecher would make a great hero in Codename, especially if they're going for a rebrand. Probably wouldn't work for Tim Drake, though. Well, yeah. I think what it means, Screecher would be great for, like, a superhero in, like, DC, which is interesting. It's kind of funny. And Nick and I in no way coordinated this, but a lot of our books are based largely off of DC.
Yeah, like Screecher is kind of a throwback to like late 90s, early 2000s DC comics.
And like mine is like a throwback to Zack Snyder's Justice League, as Zack Snyder plus like maybe Jeff Johns and maybe a few other runs of JL and Superman that I really enjoyed.
A little bit of EVS thrown in there.
Oh yeah, Major League EVS. And I'm sorry, Nick, I don't want to hijack your advertising, so go on.
It's your stream. Hijack your own stream.
I can do what the hell I want. What are you talking? Why am I apologizing?
It's good to be the king.
Yeah. So
all right. On. So shipping wise, it's going to be $9 for domestic, but for international, it's $25.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like the shipping cost. And then so basically $10 gets you the physical comic, which that's based and then this is where the fun begins.
I need that clip. Okay, I'm making that Star Wars clip, and we're done here.
Please do. So with this one, you get physical, digital, but also I'm doing trading cards like I did for issue 1. I'm just kind of like, come on, move Sonic. Oh, they're over there. So,
and Jared has a point here. Don't even get started. The Batman who laughs and who's behind everything in DC.
Yeah. This like Screecher is more like it's kind of the era that gave you No Man's Land, Hush, War Games, like those classic Batman storylines. That's like the era of DC that I'm going for.
Yeah.
So with this one you get physical comic, digital comic, stickers, which I did have a custom sticker design made. I'll probably pull that up at some point. And then this for this one gets you a hollow foil. It's going to be full hollow foil because I did do spot foil in the past, and that was pretty cool. But I wanted to kind of upgrade a little bit. And this is kind of like everything that's come before. In addition to, you also get a hollow card, and then you also get like a print of the cover, and then for and this is probably to be the one that Jared might grab, is the Talon edition.
First off, that's a fantastic name for the Super Edition. And by the way, I am that guy, probably because I am that guy that gets a collected edition of everything I can.
So the Talon edition gets you everything, all the comics. Plus, there's going to be an additional comic you get, which would literally say Talon edition, which is going to be limited to 25, and the people who back this campaign get access to the first 10 of the numbers. Like, I'm going to keep number 1, but like 2 through 11 you guys are going to access to those early ones, and it's also going to come with an exclusive print signed by both me and the cover artist.
Yeah.
And you get your name in the book, and that's $100, and it's limited to 10.
Mm-hmm. So get your things in there soon when you're done, because it's gonna sell out.
Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of go over the tiers so that people can kind of have like an idea of like, so they have more time to decide what they want to back.
Plan ahead, people. Plan ahead.
And then last, before we go, can I play the trailer?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, and then we'll move on to other things. So
yeah, we have some big news to talk about.
My name is Avery Fletcher. After 7 years away, I have come home with only one goal: to save my father. But to do that, I can't be the woman I once was. To honor my father's legacy, I must become someone else. I must become something else. I must become Screecher.
And remember,
so
okay,
you go ahead.
It will be the live stream when we drop this is next week.
So we'll be doing it. We'll do it live on this very channel at noon. Do you have the link to that show? Could you drop it in chat real quick?
Actually, yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right. While you're doing that, I'll talk to people about it.
Yeah.
So our plan is to launch it here on the show. We're going to be starting at noon Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be launching the comic at 12:30.
Snyder Queen approves.
Oh, I have royal approval. That made my day, my queen.
Oh, and so Jarrett put that in there. So I kind of have to do this.
Do it. And then also, we do have a backup time. So Jared's in Florida. So like, if anything were to happen where he's not able to make the noon time, what is the backup time, Jared?
It's going to be, hang on, I'm trying to find the link to the stream. Oh, by the way, well done, Nick, and everyone who worked on it.
Thank you, my queen. Thank you.
Yeah. It all means a lot when we get our queen's approval. So,
yeah. So I think we'll be doing it during the regular show time the next Saturday. So a week from today, Saturday at 6 is the backup time. Mm-hmm. We're doing this because Jared's kind of in a place.
I work in emergency management, so emergencies could pop up at any point. So we're just having a contingency time, so in case anything happens, we can still do this.
Like Batman, we have contingency plans.
My contingencies have contingencies, and I appreciate the Batman analogy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just, it's very unlikely we'll have to use it, but it's just there partially for my peace of mind, but like also for you guys, and we want to communicate with you so that you know that if we do cancel it, there is a backup time already planned, and it's going to be awesome.
Okay, so I can't find the link right now, but as soon as this stream is over, I'll put the link on Twitter.
Yeah, let me try and take a crack at it.
So for right now, do you want to transition to our next topic?
Yeah, sure. And then if I find the link,
yet, Snyder Queen, I'm going to watch it. Don't worry about it. I got something special coming along soon for it. I can't wait. So something happened and I made special clips for this. So,
I found the link, by the way.
Okay, just drop it in the private chat, and then I'll share in the links.
I got you.
Is this the one?
All right.
Yeah,
also, wait, before we go into the Wolverine stuff, Lady says you can join.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to get him on the stream before we start the Wolverine stuff because like he can contribute to that.
And by the way, thank you for spoiling what I was transitioning to. By the way. And by the way, Jarrett, the answer is Snyder Cut. I can't believe you were even.
I mean, we all saw this, so it's not like too much of a spoiler, but yeah, I'm sorry.
So I actually have some clips that I made. So let's and one more.
So one thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. Teledia. What's up, brother?
Hey,
Yo,
buddy.
What's up, guys? One second.
I'm passing a black screen.
One thing I think we can talk about once we get the news out of the way. Let's talk about some of our favorite Wolverine appearances in movies and whatnot. Can I just do like a quick kind of segment on that?
My favorite.
I think that would be cool.
My favorite's Logan, just because
X2.
The part of him reading X-Men comics and saying, "Well, this didn't happen. That didn't happen."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but X2. I actually got to see that movie in theaters.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be in his yellow suit too. Yeah, they said comic accurate suit.
I love how they tease that in the Wolverine, and it just they never talked about it.
They never did it. Maybe it takes place after that because they kind of have to like. Are they doing some sort of weird timeline thing? Because Wolverine died at the end of Logan. Spoiler alert.
Also, you got to realize Logan. I think
Oh, by the way, so Snyder Queen, are you saying that X2 was first class?
That was also a good movie, by the way.
That was also a really dope. And Wolverine makes an appearance in that too, and that's my second favorite.
Go F yourself.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I love that. You're welcome, Canada.
Oh my god! So that reminds me of like one of my favorite lines from like X-Men Origins Wolverine, where it's like where Stryker's trying to.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Where it's like, what about your patriotic pride in America? He's like, I'm Canadian.
No, he goes, your country needs you. I'm Canadian. What were you gonna say, Teledia?
I was gonna say, guys, that drop for Wolverine in Deadpool 3, big success. But you know what's even a bigger success?
What?
Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, and Ben Affleck to be in reshoots for The Flash.
Yes.
Wait! That was actually announced.
There is reshoots happening for The Flash right now.
But it's official. It's not just some rumor.
Yes.
No. I've seen, not because Sil Abdul was talking about it. Big shout outs to him as well. But there was other people cooperating it and saying, look, this thing is happening, and they've been spotted in LA.
So in that case, now we even more have to see.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope, brother.
I am giving you hope.
Not only do we have that, there's one thing I want to talk about real quick, and this was like a sudden thing. So how about that? The Rock releases a trailer that has the Whedon cut and then edited it out with the thing correction. And by the way, he was doing a Fandango interview, the entire cast, and when they were talking about the Justice League, they cut to footage from Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I'm like, wait, what?
It's canon, baby.
Honestly, at this point, the fact that they're only using Snyder cut footage for their flashbacks when they could easily just do Justice League footage, like they're specifically avoiding using Justice League footage. I know you're gonna do the thing, but just let me finish my sentence first. I know you too well, bro. I know you too well.
Yeah.
I just want to finish my thought. Then you can meme the hell out of me.
Yes, Snyder Queen. Yes, confirmed.
The fact that they're avoiding using the Justice League footage, like they're deliberately avoiding using it,
and
it says a lot.
And The Rock even said, corrected. Kind
of like how Snyder corrected the proper cut.
So
wait. Before you guys say anything, I said we all deserve the Snyder cut. You know what cut we're talking about?
Yeah.
The haircut.
The Snyder haircut. Yeah, I know. We all love that because we all know
Warner Brothers.
We all know it's unsalvageable.
Yes, that's unsalvageable.
Suck it, Warner Brothers.
That was the greatest thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you kind of queued me up for that one.
Yeah, suck it, Warner Brothers.
There you go. There you go.
They saw the backlash. Yes, Snyder.
Yeah.
Queen,
Oh, yeah. That backlash was crazy.
I
What
think
happened is that a trailer cut company was making it, just Googled in their little thing, Steppenwolf, and just put it in there without knowing it was Justice League. And then,
why did you say that name?
let me put it this way: if they were so committed to making Justice League the canon Justice League, why would they correct it?
Yeah. Also, I feel like the Rock's team, they realize that like not even the Rock can kind of salvage this movie just on his own merits. So like I think they're also trying to market to the Snyder Cut people.
And by the way, Jared queued me up.
This is Sparta!
No, Jarrett, that was for the Snyder Cut stream that we did.
I'm sorry, but like what the Snyder Queen said, now I'm just like imagining The Rock sitting at like an iMac, like literally have Final Cut Pro open, just editing it in himself, and just like his big body just in this. Like, I'm sorry, I wish I could share the image in my head. It would be
hilarious if this is where this is where they die. Earn these shields, boys. I need that clip.
I mean, it will be the day when worlds collide.
Yeah. So
I was going to say this. I was going to say this to you guys, right? I hate the idea you guys slander about FIFA. Come on. I was going to say that
we live in the United States of America where there's only one type of football.
I know you guys. I know you guys don't like FIFA. I get that, but I've been playing FIFA.
Here in America, we play football with our hands.
Yeah, I know.
Snyder Queen can agree with me on this. Which is better, football, aka soccer, as the US call it, or American football? You debate.
America F yeah. America F yeah.
The answer is American football. We have the approval of Captain
listen
America.
For the chat. What's wrong with FIFA? These guys don't like
There's
FIFA.
Nothing wrong with FIFA. I'm just saying that I was making a joke.
I'm sorry, but I bleed red, white, and blue. So,
Mr. Incredible is typing in his computer in The Incredibles. You know what I'm meaning, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. Math is
what
math.
It probably was The Rock put this up and he goes, "Oh, they're gonna love." Hey, what's up, Daryl Taylor? What
also, Snyder Queen's got her back.
Oh wow!
Suck it, Taladia! Suck it!
Wow, the betrayal. I'm hurt.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
That Snyder Queen and I that Snyder Queen is wrong on Wonderbat, but she was very right about this. So anyway, no capes. I had to. So.
Unless you
probably have it. I can imagine. I can see it. The Rock probably put out the clip and it's like, "Oh, this is so great. People are gonna love this trailer." Oh,
then they do that.
It's like, pull it.
I could just see The Rock just like taking the footage and just ripping it apart with his bare hands.
Point, like, you know what this month is?
What? Black Adam month.
No, it's not only Black Adam month.
And Gotham Knights, yeah.
No, not only Gotham Knights. It's a fucking DC month.
It's also October, which means Halloween and spooky season.
Sorry, by the way. Sorry about the thing.
Yes, you are. It's okay. And yes, you are. Wonderbat sucks as a coupling. I'm going to say that right
now. You have disobeyed the queen.
Super Sons is this month as well.
Hey, Tevia, Super Sons comes out this month.
Hey, here's the thing. Same month, same week as Black Adam and Gotham Knights.
It's almost like they're trying to have synergy.
It's almost like they're like, just put all of our crap out there.
And that's what they're doing. They're They're
Which I'm so pumped. Honestly,
that's
the
why
movies that were coming out. Yeah, I get the feeling that under Zaslav, this is when DC rebounds and kicks Marvel's ass because Marvel's not doing so well in the MCU. And this is when DC comes out and goes, "This is Sparta."
So I stated this on Twitter, but I'm going to reiterate it here.
Okay.
I will not be seeing Black Adam opening weekend because I do feel like they might, this is my suspicion, that they're using the hype of, will Henry Cavill appear in the film? Like they're being deliberately vague about it because they want people to come to the opening weekend to see if Henry Cavill will be in there.
So I'm not. But see, here's the thing. I want to see opening weekend because I want to see Dr. Fate. And did you see the trailer where they zoom in on his face? You can see his face in the helmet.
I'm going to be honest. I'm more interested in the movie for Dr. Fate than Black Adam because I love Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan is my James Bond. He is the one I grew up with, and him as Dr. Fate is perfect casting.
It's always been him and Daniel Craig for me.
Here's the thing, right, guys? Dr. Fate will steal the show.
Oh, yes.
Dr. Fate will steal the show for the
Dr.
JSA.
Fate solo movie when?
Oh, I guarantee you there will be a solo movie for Dr. Fate at some point.
Either there'll be a solo film for Dr. Fate, or they'll
JSA.
combine, or they'll do something with the what's it called, Justice League Dark, with Keanu Reeves, Constantine.
Yeah, he's coming.
And they'll do
this. Zaslav is basically like release hell and everything. By the way, we're all gonna know. We're not gonna open weekend anyway. So, yeah, we're all gonna know before the opening weekend anyway. Sorry, but you cannot be on Twitter and not see spoilers these days. There'll be no way.
And it is 100% confirmed that Henry Cavill's face, like his physical face, appears in the movie, not just a body double.
It's not a body double. No.
Like if it is 100%, like literally, I see pictures of him literally standing next to Dwayne Johnson, like 100%, not rumor, not anything, like 100% confirmed. Sure, I'll see it opening weekend.
And by the way, do you know why Deceased works better? I have to address this because it's not Bruce Wayne Batman. Other versions of Batman it's Damian Wayne. Yeah, it's Damian Wayne and Cassie Sandsmark. That way and Damian is much of a I can't believe I'm saying this. He's a much more mentally stable Batman.
Well, in that case, I ship Dick Grayson and Donna Troy.
Yeah, actually, that works really well. By the way, the only reason I'm saying, Hawkman is the draw for me because I freaking love Hawkman and it looks badass. Okay, so we talked about that. So, Taladia, what do you think of Wolverine?
Okay, Wolverine, let me say it right. Wolverine is going to be off the chains.
Yeah.
I grew up with the X-Men movies. Like, those are like my prime teenage years is like X-Men, X2.
Jackman is back.
Oh my god, yes.
Wait. I feel like I have to play this one more time.
When you really gotta take a poo, but the poo won't come out.
You know what? That's a good reference.
That's a really good one.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
The angry clip because that was actually really good.
That's a really angry poo. Like you're taking a really angry shit right there.
What I was gonna say to you guys is that also because Jackman is back as Wolverine, this has pleased all my fans, all the fans that are Marvel. They've been saying, "Get Hugh Jackman back, get him back, get him back."
One more thing,
and I guarantee you, this is not a permanent return. It's just a one-off.
Yeah, and because they even saying the trailer one more time. By the way, Snyder Queen, there's one thing I'm going to bring up on this. Then okay, so correct me. Isn't it the original Wonder Bat where they did a comic, almost kissed, didn't, and then said this will never happen? So there you go. So
I mean, there's also Justice League Unlimited. So,
but here's the thing about that. That was just Bruce Timm wanting Batman to hook up with literally every woman in DC.
I mean, if I was writing Batman, I'd do the same thing.
But he's not. That's where the Playboy part came in. But when you think about it, he's not really that much of a Playboy. Oh, and by the way, yes,
DC,
Warner Brothers and DC figured it the heck out.
They figured it out. They figured out the plan.
Yeah.
They protect the brand.
Oh, and one more thing I will say about this, and then I'll drop this. Did they get together in JLU? No, and Batman rejected her.
They kissed.
No, but Batman rejected her. I need that clip because apparently I have to just say this multiple times. When Wonder Woman's coming on to Batman, he goes, "First, I'm a rich kid with issues, a lot of issues, and dating in the team always leads to bad things, and you're an immortal Amazon. It doesn't work."
But also, okay, so yes, that clip does exist, and I fully understand it. But the other thing is, it's clearly shown in the series that Bruce does have feelings for Diana. Like, it's a mutual feelings. It's just he refuses to act upon them.
But here's the thing.
Like, there's an episode where Diana gets turned into a pig, and he has to do, like, his worst fear ever, which is public speaking. Turns out he has a beautiful singing voice. Like, by the way, I love that clip.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Every member of the Justice League is in love with Diana. Literally everyone. It's no different. It's just we all know she has eyes for Superman. That's just the whole thing. So anyway, that's not what this stream is for.
No, also, I will say this: there is no like shipping bait in the actual movies because at best they're just really good friends. Like there is no romantic tension between Gal Gadot's character and Ben Affleck.
They're just because here's the thing: they're always flirty. Like in the comics, Wonder Woman flirts with everyone. I know that makes her sound bad, but my point is, it's playful, friendly flirting. We all have that one. All of us as guys have that one female friend that we always flirt with. Hell, I have multiple. That's me saying I'm awesome. And by the way, I love Snyder Queen's reaction. I don't care.
So
Yeah,
you're saying the real Playboy is you.
So
I'm Batman. I'll take it.
Wait. I was gonna say this, right? Batman did kiss Wonder Woman in the episode Star-Crossed, and that was that was a genuine kiss because you could see it, even though they had to go into hiding.
We're trying to hide from the Thanagar. How did we get talking about this?
Okay. I'm sorry. But that part is actually, I will consider that legitimate ship bait because she kissed him and then like, oh, I'm sorry, and then Bruce smiles. He'd be like, don't be. Like, I'm sorry, but like that can be very easily interpreted as ship bait. Like I'm trying to be fair here. I'm trying to be fair.
No, but remember
that was a legitimate romantic moment.
And this is written by the guy who wrote the Killing Joke movie.
Just because even if he did write it, it doesn't.
What that means is that he has really bad judgment when it comes to shipping people. And by the way, yeah, okay, so let's stop this and get to the actual topic of the thing. So first,
on that note, I'm out because you guys are going to be talking about the movie. So
all right, so wait, real quick, your 5 minutes. Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine.
All right, my 5 minutes are going to start now. Start timing. Start timing.
No, just go.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, my 5 minutes. Okay. So Hugh Jackman returning is a big deal because that basically means the MCU will be even bigger. The numbers will explode. More people will go and see it because Hugh Jackman is back. Deadpool 3 will have more numbers than what it originally had.
Which was already doing really good beforehand, by the way.
Yeah. Thoughts kind of set me up for this.
Why did you say that name?
So go on to lady. I'm sorry, I had to.
Yeah, no, I don't give a crap. But I'll say this, right? All I can say is that Hugh Jackman is back. Very hyped for the MCU fanboys out there. I'm not an MCU fan, I'm a DC fan through and through. But I know all my Marvel fans, they know what they're in for. They're in for a treat.
Well, you could be a DC fan and then want Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, so
I know, but people know.
It's possible to love both companies, right?
I know.
Yeah, Lord knows I do. But if you look at my comic collection, it's very extensively DC.
Yeah, like you can primarily love one company.
DC's better. That's why.
Tevye, here's to answer your question. No, X-23 will not be in the MCU. Confirmed. It's a different.
That I'm actually sad about because I thought Daphne King did a really great job, and I actually would have really liked her to come back. Even if they replace Hugh Jackman with Daphne King's X-23, I would actually kind of be okay with that.
I've had enough of them of them all new, all different in the MCU. Right? I ain't no, but yeah, you can support some stuff because they have some stuff that's good. It's
like for example, Daredevil is awesome, and anyone who says otherwise, I will kill.
By the way, honestly, I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I'm not a Game of Thrones guy. That's just me.
I mean, from what I hear, House of the Dragon is actually not bad.
And honestly, here's the thing. I'm not as well versed on the Lord of the Rings lore to be able to judge that, but there are certain things that in the Rings of Power that piss me off, and Snyder Queen actually has probably the most true statement.
Yeah,
I'm not multi-fan. I'm a
guys.
And you know what? So, that's why you're always welcome here, Snyder Queen.
I do need the floor for a second because I binged season 5 of Cobra Kai yesterday.
Did you like it? Did you like it? I want to hear this. I want to hear his thoughts.
So first off, I am a huge fan of Cobra Kai. Like that is like one of my favorite shows out right now. So coming into this, I'm a huge Cobra Kai fan. I think it's probably the best season yet. But my God, does it have some really sloppy writing? There's a lot of really sloppy writing. They leave they kind of leave things on a really awkward place. Like basically the entire plot line of the show is over. Like they kind of try and set up like one more season, but like honestly, if they would have written this differently, this could have been the last season. Okay, it's been a month. Spoilers. Terry Silver is defeated. Okay, like it's been a month. Spoilers are out the window. Mm-hmm. So. There's this one moment where Miguel and Sam are on a break, and Miguel's at a party and he starts making out with a woman, and Sam comes in. It's like a really stupid cliche storytelling thing. It barely affects the episodes, and it's like I just hate the whole like, oh, we're on a break, it's just so stupid.
And Snyder Queen speaks the truth here. Although Andor is actually really good, I'll give you that. Andor is dope.
Well, yeah, I'm a person. I love Rogue One.
And by the way, Nick, you and I 100%. I will go to my grave thinking that Rogue One does not deserve any hate.
Rogue One is the only Disney Star Wars film that actually feels like Star Wars,
and that I would say is flawless. It is the Snyder cut of Star Wars movies.
Okay.
The problem I have with Obi-Wan is it was trying too hard to feel like Star Wars, and a lot of it was really forced. It was very lazy. Like the fact they did the whole duel with Anakin, which is mindless fan bait. They didn't even de-age him.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, because here's the thing: in Cobra Kai, there's actually the scene where like Kreese is talking to like different people. They actually do a deep fake version of young Johnny Lawrence, and it actually looks pretty good.
You can tell me this.
All right, guys. Before I go, I would like to plug away my channel, if that's all right.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
guys, make sure you guys do subscribe to my page, guys, on YouTube, which is Taladia Plays, which should be in the chat.
That's going.
And guys, I've got more Gotham Knights content. I'll be talking about Black Adam reviews. I'll be doing what else I'll be doing? The Game Awards.
Hello, Hominus.
Game Awards reaction. There'll be all of this different stuff on my YouTube page. So make sure you stick around, subscribe to my page, and make sure you subscribe to these two gentlemen up here.
Thank you.
Make sure you do, because these two individuals know what they're talking about, and they're
Thank
big.
You.
And they're big into their comics. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to all our pages, and I'll be back for the when is the thing coming up, by the way, for the Snyder what's it called, Q&A question?
That is going to be either next week or the week after. I still have to figure out how I'm scheduling it.
Let's do it next Sunday.
Okay, that'd be fun. I can do that.
Next Sunday.
So what movie are before Taladia goes?
It's not a movie. It's going to be a trivia of all the. It's going to be a trivia game of all the Snyder DC movies.
So what are we doing for the Saturday show?
Saturday, I'm doing the podcast Saturday, so I won't be able to do anything.
All right, but
we'll talk after this about the Saturday show, because I have some ideas, as a matter of fact.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So Taladia, always a pleasure having you on, dude. You have an open invitation to come to any of the streams. All right.
Yep. Open invitation, and thank you to everyone that's listening to me. Thank you to all the subscriptions, and make sure you subscribe to these guys, like I said, and to me. So peace out, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I got two things I want to say about Cobra Kai real quick, then I'm done.
Okay.
One, I really like how they brought back Jessica Andrews from Karate Kid 3. Having her be the cousin of Amanda, I think made perfect sense and was really great. The other thing is kind of a response to like Daryl said about bringing back Hilary Swank. So the show creators have said the next Karate Kid is canon to the show. Anything that Mr. Miyagi is in is canon. So Hilary Swank does exist in this universe. My theory is that Tori's mother is Hilary Swank's character, because they've been teasing who the mother is. Like they literally did that shot of like her, whatever. So it's like I think they're trying to like set up a reveal who the character is, and whatnot. And that would that could explain a lot of stuff, and that would kind of put a new light on things. But yeah.
Hey, what's up, PK? Glad you're here. So now moving on. By the way, the way we're gonna do the trivia night, by the way, is we're gonna have this is gonna be really fun. We're gonna have I'll try and get a panel. If I can get a panel, here's where we're gonna do this. It's gonna be the panel is gonna be the contestants, and then and then they're each gonna have one essentially ask the audience, where they can ask the audience to answer the question. They can go by what they think based on what the chat says. If I can get a panel together. If I can't, I'll probably have a couple of people from the chat in there. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to do this to make it the most fun and interactive.
Well, I'm game. I'm sure Taladia wouldn't mind being there. Maybe some of your other stream like content creator friends. I can maybe ask her out for myself as well.
Yes, we're getting to Watchmen now. But all right. So real quick, it exists. Just wanted to put that in there. It exists. It's real, and it's actually really cool. So
do like a fake. Okay, I want you to do like a fake lick, just for like
There you go.
All right, good. Now I can clip that. Sorry, I was talking over you.
Now we're gonna get to the movie finally. So I was trying to find a clip that I think would be a good transition point to talk to Watchmen, and Nick actually gave me this idea.
I'm not locked in here with you. That's it! You're locked in here with me!
I told you I'd get that clip! That's the best line from the movie. So we're talking about Watchmen, Zack Snyder's first DC movie.
So before we really get into this, I think we kind of need to drop a warning. This talk will get a little bit political, because this movie is inherently political. It has a political leaning, political slant. We're not going to go like really deep into the political messages, but I think some of it is a bit unavoidable. So I'm just kind of issuing a.
We'll try our best to make it as unpolitical as possible.
But some of it is unavoidable.
Objectively looking at the movie.
Yeah, but some of it is unavoidable because this is inherent.
We won't preach about politics. We're just going to tell you what happens in the movie pretty much and why. Oh, that's clever how they did that. Nah.
I think talking about the politics of the movie, but not really endorsing it one way or the other. I think that because this is a very, like, for example, Rorschach is very, it's obviously a more conservative character. And then you have kind of more liberal sensibilities. We're just going to talk about the politics. We're going to talk about characters' politics. Yeah, we're not going to give endorsements one or the other.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you to think one way or the other, as a lot of YouTubers do. We're just going to essentially tell you, okay, so they lean this way, done. Take of it that as you will.
This is that political message that like they're trying to talk about. They're talking about this or that. Because like there's a lot of really heavy topics. There's war, there's like it ties itself in with historical, this kind of right off the bat, I gotta say, I really like how they tie it in with historical events.
Oh, yes.
Just the opening alone, they got, By
the way, in the beginning, they showed Batman's parents pretty much, like, Batman's parents being saved, but if you look on the wall, they have Detective Comics 27 posters up.
Yeah, and then they also got real political events. They kind of do their slant on them, like they got, the end of World War II. That famous photo. They got the Manson murders,
the college campus shooting thing. I forget Kennedy. What that was. Yeah, Kennedy.
The moon landing and whatnot. And honestly, this film, even though it's like, I think this is really the film where Snyder really kind of came into his own. Like, I think this is where this is the film where the Snyder style really truly solidified itself.
Oh yeah.
Like you got the slow-mo, you got the music, like the music integration. Oh my god, the music integration.
Snyder's movies are always that's one of the other things I love about his movies, that he always integrates music into it really well.
Like, a lot of people give Edgar Wright credit for that, which, don't get me wrong, Edgar Wright does it really well. I mean,
Baby Driver, dude.
And even other stuff, like there's the "Don't Stop Me Now" scene from Shaun of the Dead. That's really good. Like Edgar Wright's really good at it. I'm not trying to take away from that, but like Snyder's does it as well. I think they kind of did it parallel to each other.
Yeah, they both are equally really good at doing it. I just happen to prefer Snyder because I'm right, but that's besides the point.
My thing is, I don't like that Edgar Wright gets all the credit for that kind of style when Zack Snyder does it just as good.
Oh, wait a second. You mean that some people get praised and Snyder gets like admonished for doing the same thing? Really? That's never happened before. So anyway, let me ask you this. Of the Watchmen, who's your favorite? Because mine is either Owlman or Dr. Manhattan.
Night Owl. Night Owl 2.
Oh, his name was Night Owl. Okay, I was like, it's like I knew it was like Owl something, but it was
he's kind of the voice of reason for everyone.
He's like I think he's more like Batman when Dick Grayson was Batman.
Basically, he's Batman if the parents ever died, yet he still took up a life of crime anyway. Fighting. He's not a life of crime. What are you talking about? Well, technically, he does do crime because, like, they outlaw capes and he still does it. Like.
Yeah, but that's another thing. They outlaw superheroes, and the superheroes just go along with it. That's kind of odd.
I mean, the same thing happened in Incredibles. Like that, it's actually kind of funny. Like Incredibles actually has like a similar setup where like they outlaw superheroes.
And then, but I did like how they show like the different generations of superheroes down the line. Like again, like Night Owl 2, and then it's just Dr. Manhattan because he's immortal because he is at every timeline. Dr. Manhattan is one of those characters where you watch him and he's super OP, but they can still make him look vulnerable.
Well, the problem with Dr. Manhattan is, he's got the powers of a god, but he still has the heart and mind of a human, even if it is buried deep down.
Yeah, and that's what Snyder does really well. It's like when he did Superman. He takes these characters that traditionally you would think are boring and vulnerable characters, and actually does some interesting things with them. And
I'm sorry, but like I had to bring up, you do not mess with my mother.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's like my favorite scene of Man of Steel.
Oh, that is such a dope scene. You kidding me? I love that. So, moving on. One of the things that I love is that by the honest trailer for this summarizes this movie perfectly when it goes to each of the characters. He's like, there's Dr. Manhattan, who's Superman if he wore a dick. There's the comedian who's Captain America if he wore a dick. Because all of them are like Justice League and Avengers characters if they were complete a-holes.
Also, I'm going to say this right now. Watchmen is better than The Boys.
Oh, yes, I agree with you on that.
Because I compare... I'm sorry,
to be clear, I like The Boys a lot.
But The Watchmen did... Like, The Watchmen and The Boys are doing the same thing. Like a deconstruction of heroes, Watchmen does it infinitely better.
Oh, by the way, Nick, do you want to do a Boys stream one day?
Sure.
And would you guys be interested in that? Because we'll do it because I love The Boys. It's my favorite superhero show right now, favorite live action superhero show.
I think
DC starts their stuff.
Probably the thing we should do is do like shorter episodes pre-recorded where we like watch each episode and then talk about it, and then that way when we get caught up when the new season comes out, we'll do it like the day after it airs, you know.
Yeah, we'll arrange it, but we'll definitely be doing more Boys content because I love that show very much. Anyway, going back to Watchmen, we keep getting away from Watchmen. So
we watched The Watchmen.
Yes, and hence the thumbnail. But by the way, no, we're not watching the comics. No.
Getting back to The Watchmen, one thing I really loved is it has really great, amazing visual storytelling. Mm-hmm. Like when he's walking out when Night Owl 2 is walking from seeing his predecessor, it says like home for broken and abandoned useless things or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you see that a lot where like signs will kind of point to stuff, you know, like for example, when the comedian says, which is probably one of my favorite lines, where Night Owl says, "What happened to the American dream?" And he says, "Look around you. It came true. There's literally an American flag in the background."
Yeah, and considering he's the stand-in for Captain America, he's wearing the flag too, so that's actually really cool. And by the way, Doomsday Clock is really good. I think it's one of the best Superman stories of all time. And by the way, you seen that? Oh yeah, I know you are Snyder Queen. She gets all of the good Blu-rays of Snyder movies.
Also,
we will be talking about that movie on Snyder Sundays.
When does Rebel Moon drop?
I don't know. Probably in a year or two.
We will probably be talking about that probably a week or two after it drops because Snyder Star Wars. Yes, I am there.
Oh yeah. All you gotta do is say Snyder Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Just inject that straight into my veins.
Oh yeah, I'm good. And by the schedule one more time is next Saturday. Probably we'll do Army of the Dead.
I'm not much of a horror guy, but
it's not a horror movie. So
it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Well, I can watch it. My Netflix subscription is active, so
2023 sometimes when it comes out.
I normally wouldn't watch it because I'm not really a zombie guy, but because you're so awesome, Jared, I'll do it for you.
It's a really good movie. It's a zombie heist movie. Come on.
I'm only doing it because you're asking me to, because you're my friend.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
I let you come on my panels and promote your comics, which, by the way, that's a pleasure because that comic is awesome. But anyway,
it's the least you can do, man.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, going back to Watchmen. So now, what I really enjoyed, and I actually have a clip for this, is the slow motion fight scenes. because we have like, by the way, so this clip, by the way, Snyder Queen, this is you and me whenever we get into a Twitter fight. And by Twitter fight, I mean when we try to calmly explain to anti-Snyder fans why Snyder works and they come after us. You ready?
Jared, I gotta say that yellow and black outfit really works for you.
No, I'm the Batman character. What are you talking about?
But
that would work. That joke would work. Hang on, if I had not used Silk Spectre in the Snyder Queen intro.
I'm sorry, but I had to. I had to.
Yeah, I know, Snyder Queen. I got your back. I got your back.
Snyder Queen, you look amazing in that owl outfit. It really brings out your eyes. Like, seriously, you look amazing as worth it!
Yeah, thank you. By the way, sure.
I'm sorry. Honestly,
give me my outfit back here. What?
Why are you raiding Snyder Queen's closet? Why are you doing that?
All right. So anyway, back to
I'm sorry. I just wanted to give you crap.
Yeah. By the way, I still have to I'm going to make that clip of Dr. Manhattan going, "You disappoint me." And that's going to be the one. That's going to be the Nick pisses me off clip from now on. I didn't make it on this one. I still have to make it.
That's going to be
you're going to get
your version of F you Bard.
Yeah. Moving swiftly on. Yes, exactly. Moving swiftly like an elf. So one of the so I really enjoyed, like, for one thing, this movie really solidified to me, like, that when I first saw it, that Zack Snyder is like the master of visual effects. Because remember, I saw 300, then this, and then Man of Steel. Because the way he does, like, the Dr. Manhattan, like, origin, where you see, like, the body completely disintegrate and, like, liquefy pretty much. It looks so cool.
Also, I got to give a shout out. The music during that sequence is amazing. It is perfect. Oh my God, I love that music.
Because it sounds like a clock. And what we know is that Dr. Manhattan's father was a clockmaker. So everything ties together.
And I just love the voiceover that Dr. Manhattan does. It's so tone deaf and whatnot. Like,
he does that in the main comic, and then in Doomsday Clock, he does that.
Also, Janie is hot. I'm sorry, I got to say it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, and I loved my favorite flashback is when they actually, and by the way, I had to watch the theatrical because, again, streaming. That's all I had access to. Now, my favorite flashback is when Rorschach is investigating that dude that fed the girl to his dogs. And then the dude, "Hey, Nicotine is here. What's up, brother?" So, my favorite flashback.
That scene hits really hard.
And wait, he's beating up the dude, and the bad guy goes, "Wait, you're supposed to take me in. I got rights." And he goes, "No, humans have rights. Animals don't have." And he basically beats the crap out of this dude.
Notice he doesn't kill the dogs.
No, he just throws it through a window.
No, like the actual dogs, he doesn't kill them. Because even he recognizes they're just doing what, the natural instinct, whatever.
Yeah, again, it's Rorschach is pretty much just the Punisher and Batman, except way more punch. Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, Rorschach
dogs get out down.
Dogs get put down, I think it was. But technically, Rorschach is based off of the Question.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of these characters are very. These are like the characters from Charleston Comics, and like I have.
Yeah, Tevye pointed that out a while back ago.
Yeah, I have like Multiversity, and one of the worlds that they go to is that, and you see like Dr. Manhattan, the Question, basically. Yeah, men get arrested. Yeah, I had to. Yeah. I'm gonna watch the extended edition if I have access to it.
I watched the extended edition.
Oh, you. Okay.
Wait. 2-0.
Yeah, exactly. And
which, by the way, I love that scene. By the way.
Yeah. So then we get, but basically we get the amazing scene where like Rorschach is arrested. They take off his helmet. He goes, "Give me back my face."
Also, like, it's really great because like you see Rorschach is like he's in a lot of those scenes, but he's like the protester guy, and like you don't actually notice it. Like I think he says like, "Oh, they don't know my face," but like you see it's a protester guy. So it's actually kind of a twist a little bit where it's like, holy crap, this guy was here the whole time.
Yeah, and another scene that I thought was really funny was the scene where if we go, oh yeah, well we had one with Batman or Rorschach, but anyway,
no. If we're gonna do this right, we got to have all three. We got to have the Rorschach, the Question, and Mr. A, because the Question was created by Steve Ditko, and Mr. A is basically a more extreme version of the Question.
That's true. And so another scene.
Version. There's a scene from Justice League Unlimited where the Question is talking to Lex Luthor, and he goes like, "A is A." I really like that scene because that's a tribute to Steve Ditko, whatnot. Like that, it's a tribute to Mr. A and like the black and white philosophy. It's just a really nice tribute to Steve Ditko. I just wanted to, since we're kind of like tangentially on the subject, I wanted to bring.
Now, so here's the funny part about watching this after watching the Snyder Cut trailer. When they start playing Hallelujah, it's in a different context now. I'm like, so basically, Night Owl and Silk Spectre end up, how to say this delicately?
They fuck.
I wish you didn't do that, but okay. But anyway,
I'm sorry, but it was perfect comedic timing.
Yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
I mean, to be fair, there's actually like pauses before and after, so it's really easy to bleep.
But this is a live stream.
Fuck.
Okay.
All right, that's my last one. It's just.
But yeah, that was good. I'll give you that.
Like the comedic timing was just it was there, and I had to take it, so I do apologize.
I've only watched 3/4 of the director's cut on a bus ride back to base during my service time. Thank you for your service, by the way. We're live, dude. Edit out. I'm like, why are we getting chats when we're not? Well, how would I edit this out? I don't have time traveling powers.
Not yet.
Anyway.
Yeah, don't mess with the timeline, Jared.
But I love her. The song comes on, and I start thinking of the Snyder Cut trailer that came out during fandom because it's playing that same music. So I'm like, oh, this is awkward.
And talking about like recontextualizing songs, Snyder actually did a very similar thing with the opening to Sucker Punch and Sweet Dreams.
Oh yeah. Again, well, here's the thing. Snyder is going to. Jared's going to stream on 2-minute delay in the future, yeah, probably. But oh yeah, and Jared, yeah. Sorry, TVA. So anyway, again, this is why I think Snyder gets a lot of like derision for he's saying he's a music video director, but when you see his movies, it actually aids to it because he picks the right song that plays to the context of what's going on. So it really it basically enriches the scene as opposed to like undermining the scene.
I mean, this is kind of where the Edgar Wright comparison comes back into play because, like, to deride Snyder for being a music video director, Edgar Wright is more of a music video director than Snyder. I mean, Baby Driver is basically just a series of music videos strung together. Don't get me wrong, I love Baby Driver. I love Edgar Wright.
He's great.
But Edgar Wright, a lot of his stuff, especially Baby Driver and other stuff, does lend itself more to music videos, whereas I feel Snyder integrates it better. Like it's basically what Edgar Wright does is the song, like the visuals are timed with the song, and so it plays up more like a music video. Whereas in Snyder stuff, it's more they're so interwoven that the song is not directing the action; they're working in synchronicity. Which I think I just invented a new word. Yeah. But they're so interlinked that it doesn't have that music video feel to it. It feels like a really good integration of song. It's just I'm not trying to take away from Edgar Wright. I like him.
But and also going on to later in the movie, another thing that I like is that the movie basically plays off the Alan Moore concept of this is what would happen if superheroes existed, because you see, America wins the Vietnam War because we have Dr. Manhattan. He's just disintegrating people left and right.
I'm gonna pull a honest trailers type thing. It's not something like they would say. I mean, this is something that they might say, but basically, Alan Moore asked the question: what if superheroes were assholes?
Pretty much, yeah.
Which the boys kind of took and ran with that concept and went a little bit too far with it.
Yeah, but that's an understatement. But
like
anyway.
that, and I know we keep bringing up the boys, but I feel like it's a very apt comparison because they're both trying to do the same thing. Like the boys and Watchmen are both very like they seem entirely different, but like thematically and conceptually they are like almost interlinked. They're two species of trees that come from the same acorn.
True. And by Tevya, I haven't watched the show, and I have no plans to watch the show. So,
you mean the thing that they did one season of, and then it failed so bad they ended it one season?
It's a fan fiction show. That's what it is.
It was like that thing was so bad they only did one season, and they claimed, "Oh, that's what we wanted to do all along." No, you don't do these things for HBO. You don't spend all that money and just do one season and then have that be done. No, they wanted to do more. But it was so bad that they canned it.
Yeah, so that's why I refuse to watch it at this point. I may watch it as a joke, but that's why I didn't watch it for this, because I have no desire to. So Nick, did you see the Ozymandias turning out to be a bad guy coming when you first saw this? Because I did. Because he's basically the Lex Luthor of this universe. He's very. You can tell immediately that this dude is a conniving a-hole.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, so we're talking about Ozymandias. Ozymandias' costume at the end is basically supposed to be a homage to the Schumacher bat suits. By the way.
Yeah, I definitely got Schumacher like.
No, they deliberately said that, like with the muscles. I think they even gave him nipples or whatever.
Actually, we can check that because I think he's in the Snyder Queen clip that I used. Hang on, let me pull it up real quick. Hang on. Yeah, it's not. I thought it was, but it is in the longer version of that. But and by the way, we have a comment. Let's see. Yeah. But So, what was your favorite scene of Watchmen?
Also, I have a picture to share. I got Ozymandias, and yes. All right, let me just.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, nipples confirmed.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, very Schumacher Batman.
Yeah, they were deliberately trying to mock it with that.
By the way, am I the only one that whenever I see Zack Snyder's name in front of anything, it makes it look better?
I mean, it is a mark of quality.
Can we have Zack Snyder's DCEU now? Oh yeah, we do have that. It's called the Snyderverse.
Can we have Zack Snyder's Avengers?
Oh yeah, imagine if he does that and then improves that too. He's cleaning up Whedon's mess. He makes Age of Ultron, and it's better.
Hear me out. Zack Snyder's Avengers versus Justice League.
And then the Justice League win because Snyder's very clearly.
Not only that.
No. Here's what they do: Zack Snyder's Squadron Supreme, and then it turns out it's just his plots for all his main Snyderverse plan, but with the Squadron Supreme, who are basically Marvel's Justice League.
No, hear me out. So what happens is it actually takes place in between Avengers and Age of Ultron. So basically, it's an event where they kind of cross over. So you bring back the classic Avengers, and that's all the actors. So basically, you can have Ben Affleck as Batman standing next to Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man,
and then the Avengers will get their ass kicked because it's the Justice League.
But I just want Batman and Iron Man to have a money off or whatever. Just
there's this great meme that I saw was cartoon. It's like Superman and Captain America, and then Superman and Captain America are shaking hands. They're like, "It's nice to meet you, sir." And then there's Batman and Iron Man. And Iron Man has dollar bills coming out of his armor, and he goes, "Stark." And he goes, "Wayne."
That kind of reminds me of what would happen if Superman and Spider-Man fought? Like, they'd fight for 5 minutes, and then they start talking, and then Superman would... No, even better. Superman would hire Peter Parker to be his photographer for the planet.
Yeah, and Jimmy Olsen's like, what the hell, dude?
Well, Jimmy Olsen works for Lois.
Oh, yeah.
Or they'd hire him as a photographer for the planet.
Yeah, it exists, Tavia. It's not cheap, but it exists. I've seen it on Amazon.
I just find it. Now I'm kind of like that opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Like Spider-Man existing in the DC universe, and he's like, imagine Spider-Man kind of going into Gotham.
He becomes a Robin. He becomes a Robin. By the way, what I want, speaking of Zack Snyder crossover movies, Zack Snyder's Doomsday Clock. Yeah, because he's done the Watchmen, and Lord knows he's done the hell out of the Justice League.
I think Zack Snyder, if Zack Snyder directs a Batman movie, I want to see him do Hush. Either Hush or Court of Owls. Court of Owls requires setup because you gotta have a Damian Wayne, you gotta have a Dick, because not having. Well, I'm sorry, but Dick Grayson was supposed to be a Talon, and it's supposed to be the Grey Sons, and not having Dick Grayson in the Court of Owls is a shame.
But can I say one thing? The way they can make that work is that in the Snyderverse, let's say, that Dick Grayson was actually recruited as a Talon, and then this is when we skip the Robin years. He becomes Nightwing under the tutelage of Batman, because Batman's like, hey, I'm going to help you be able to use these skills for good.
But that's also implying that Dick Grayson wasn't the first Robin, which is a massive departure from the lore.
No, it's not, because this is based on the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns universe, and in that one, Jason Todd was the first Robin.
It's still, everyone knows Dick Grayson as the first Robin.
True.
And having him not be the first Robin is...
That's true. They could kind of do... Or they could just retcon that, okay, so we have the Nightwing years, because remember, a Nightwing movie was part of the original Snyderverse movie slate. So they could do... So, in other words, they could have... Let me put it this way. They could do Batman v Deathstroke, and then the next Batman movie takes place after Nightwing. In other words, they have Batman, Nightwing, Batman 2.
I think that was in the timeline where Batgirl was supposed to exist, and now that whole universe got killed off before it even had a chance to exist.
It was in the original film slate. You can actually look this up. A Nightwing movie was there. So what I'm saying, and I plus Dark Knight Returns. No, Dick Grayson exists and he was Robin. I'm just saying that in the order it was Jason Todd and then Dick Grayson, because if you read, I know I have to reference this, and I apologize. All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder. Batman references and basically says that when he recruits Dick Grayson that he's going to make it right this time.
So, as far as the Snyderverse Robin continuity, here is my personal, I don't want to say headcanon, but this, I've said this before, the Robin that got killed is Jason Todd. Basically, Dick Grayson happened, he was the first Robin, and then he left. You want to have him become a Talon, and then that's why you don't hear from him, because he's a Talon, and then that way that could lead into him becoming... coming back as a Talon, then become Nightwing. Sure, that works. But Jason Todd was the one that got killed. I specifically want that to be that, so that way that opens the door for Red Hood.
Honestly, I want a Zack Snyder. The Zack Snyder Batman, forget Hush. It has to be Batman under the Red Hood.
Starring Jensen Ackles as Red Hood.
Of course, because here's the thing. It wasn't Sean Gordon. Oh, okay. I could be getting that confused, but I was fairly certain that it was Jason Todd was the first Robin, because I believe in the one where they showed how Jason Todd dies. They mentioned about this is his first time. But anyway, going away from that, because tell me, what's a more Zack Snyder Batman story than Under the Red Hood? We have a gun-toting Batman.
See, here's the thing. It would be very easy to do Arkham Knight. Jason Todd, which I don't want them to do. I want Red Hood. I want the Red Hood storyline from the comic book in the series, where where Red Hood is basically, there's this one line that seriously sums up his whole character. I'm doing what you won't. I'm taking them out.
No,
like that.
I love that.
That sums up that, like, it makes a very relatable. It's like, it makes him a really great villain because, hey, I can understand why he's doing this. Like, I actually empathize with him. Like, that's something. It makes him such a more of a compelling villain, other than just like, you let me die, I kill you.
And by the way, Tevya, yeah, I got it. Oh, okay, yeah.
I'd say All-Star Batman and Robin is a beautiful train wreck. It's one of those things.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong. What I'm saying is that just because the story is bad doesn't mean it's not canon to its universe. We all know that Sonic Kal-El is a train wreck. It still happened.
It's canon to that universe.
Yeah, it's canon to that universe, even if it's bad. Although I still maintain that it's actually not as bad as people think. It works for that continuity.
I read the initial run of All-Star Batman and Robin, where like the original run ends, where like Dick Grayson as Robin visits his parents' grave. You know, like that's kind of where the first volume ends. I didn't really read more than that. I will say this though: All-Star Superman is a beautiful comic, and the animated movie is just as amazing. I gotta give shout out.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's fantastic.
It's like what I love about All-Star Superman
is
they took Silver Age Superman, like all like the craziness of it, and just made it amazing. Like I love it because it's like as OP as crap, but it works.
Yeah,
because it's an emotional story. It's an emotional conflict rather than a physical one.
Yeah, exactly, and it really plays off of the olden time of Superman. By the way,
so Watchmen.
But one more thing I will say, yes, it is. So going on to that, yeah, he really fell. I mean, Dark Knight 3 was good, but anyway, back to Watchmen because.
Okay, I gotta see the problem with Frank Miller in the 2000s is he started dipping his toes into Hollywood, like they did. He co-directed Sin City. He ended up directing The Spirit, which I want to like The Spirit so much, but it's really hard to because that movie it's good. It's got flashes of genius, but god dang, can it be cringy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, I just looked it up, and Tevya and PK Shades are right. Dick Grayson was the first Robin in the Dark Knight Returns universe. I was getting confused, but
booyah.
That's me admitting I was wrong, which a lot of YouTubers won't do. But moving on. Actually, it's not confusing, Tevya, because I mean, this being canon is not confusing because guess what? It's taking place earlier and away from Batman, so it's no way contradicts. But anyway, go back to Watchmen. One of the so here's the thing about Watchmen. Yes, it's and this is why I watch a lot of Zack Snyder movies, and this is why I love them. Yes, they can be taken, can't be word. Oh, okay. Jared has a good point here.
Also, he's invoked a Ben Affleck clip.
Oh, you've invoked one of the "He Who Must Not Be Named" clips. So I'm sorry, dude.
Why did you say that name?
Any Superman fan at this point is gonna bring that up. Is gonna bring up that clip. But anyway, the reason why I like Snyder's movies is, and this gets into what Nick mentioned when we started this about political, is that Snyder's movies, yes, they can be taken as political, but they in no way, you can take them as great movies that just happen. Let me put it this way, you could just go to his movies, not see the political part, and just say, okay, that's actually really cool. Or you could take it as like a political thing. Zack Snyder in no way preaches to you and makes you go one way or another.
Yeah, and like with Watchmen, one thing I think I really respect him for is he has characters with like different opposing political viewpoints. Like, you know, Rorschach is very like right wing, whereas a lot of other characters are left wing and whatnot. But like, I mean, obviously the comedian is portrayed as a bad person. I mean, he gets a little bit of, you know, empathy, but like Rorschach.
No, we're not saying it's not political, but what we're saying is that you can take it as not political and just read it as a superhero comic.
It's the politics are presented in as neutral a way as possible to the point where it doesn't really endorse any particular one way. Because if this were made now, Rorschach would be the villain. Straight up.
And going to what Nick is saying, all the characters in this show, in this comic and movie, are horrible people. So there's no one person that's held up as a.
I mean, Night Owl is kind of portrayed as like the beacon of virtue a little bit,
but he's not perfect. There's no character that's like the perfect beacon. There's no Superman. Let me put it that way.
I do love this. Is that they actually like name drop Superman in the movie? Like the Superman exists and he is American.
Yeah, and it's not like true to just the American ways. What I thought of, I like that.
So Dr. Manhattan is the Superman of this universe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's definitely the Superman, which is really concerning. But
which also, I just kind of wanted to mention, the idea of the Superman is actually it kind of dates back to the Ubermensch, which I'm going to not go Owen's Law here for a moment. It's kind of a Nazi thing where it's like the idea of the Ubermensch, the Superman. It's why they did a kind of a similar thing in The Boys with Stormfront, where she literally says, but she also says, "You're my Superman." She literally says that, and so it's Jared. Yeah, I understand. Jared's like, careful, Nick.
Yeah. And what's interesting is that when you read Earth X from what is it, Multiversity, that's what Grant Morrison really hammers in, because Kal-El lands in Germany during that time, and he becomes like the enforcer of that regime.
I actually love some of those alternate storylines, like Superman Red Sun. What if he landed in Soviet Russia?
Those are great. The movie's actually really good. They changed. I need to see it. They changed the Superman Wonder Woman relationship, because in that one they play off. In the comic, she's die hard in love with Superman, which is the way it should be, and that's a dig at both Tavia and Snyder Queen. Just saying that. But in the movie, they make it where she's only interested in women, which I get it, makes sense for Wonder Woman, but that's not the way it was in the comic. And
also, I just wanted to note that there are some continuities where evil Superman is literally called Uberman.
Yeah.
They literally do an Anglicized version of Ubermensch.
Oh, and by
they really hammer not even making him part of that regime, but they literally invoke that name. They do an Anglicized version of it.
And by the way, Jarrett, Injustice Superman would win that, because Red Sun Superman was ultimately still Red Sun Superman was ultimately a hero at the end of that story. Injustice Superman is in no way a hero, and Injustice Superman is in no way holds back when he fights. Because remember, when Red Sun is fighting the Bizarro, the super American man, guess what? And no, I haven't, Daryl, I plan to, but when he's fighting Superior Man, he keeps trying to reason with him, and Justice Superman would just rip his head off.
I do like that. I do like how in Injustice it took the main continuity Superman to bring him down, because mainline continuity could probably be Injustice Superman, because mainline Superman just doesn't give up. He's willing to do what it takes.
Oh yeah. And I think that's a good way to show that Superman was wrong, because you see the good version of Superman won. Because Injustice, I know this is getting really far away from Watchmen, but it's actually a good thing to talk about.
We can't help ourselves.
Injustice Superman's whole thing was like, I'm a better Superman this way. This is the way to be a superhero. And then when you have the Injustice Superman, the main continuity Superman destroy he savagely not impresses the Injustice Superman. When you have that happen, guess what that shows? That no, Superman was wrong the whole time. And by the way, that was one of the actually good parts of that movie.
And since we're talking about like multiple Superman, it's kind of a diversion, but like one of my favorite things Snyder's character is that he is a Superman ripoff, but among all the Superman ripoffs, he's like the weakest of them.
Who, Homelander?
Yeah. All the other Superman ripoffs literally laugh at him because he's so pathetically weak as a Superman ripoff.
Yeah, because he is kind of
honestly, I would love to see Homelander try and throw a punch and like Superman's like not impressed.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say not impressed. He's like, oh, that's cute. But anyway,
if I had money to burn, I'd commission a fan comic of it.
Oh yes, exactly. If I were to do a fan comic, I would do. I would commission fan. I would buy DC, and my first like 20 books would be all of the replacement Justice Leaguers getting destroyed. Like John Kent gets like snapped, and he's back to being a kid. That's for you, Tevia, because I love the Super Sons too.
They give him the blankie as a cape.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, and Ultraman. Yeah, I love Earth 3 Superman. I think that's actually really cool how he basically eats kryptonite. He's allergic to the sun, and he crash lands on Earth when Pa Kent was going to kill Ma Kent. And then the baby Ultraman shows up, dude, and with red eyes literally goes, "You're going to be my parents." And they're like, "Okay." And then he kills them.
You know what would be a really cool story? What if
they're not jail replacements, because you'd actually have to be the Justice League to be replacements. Black Adam legit said, "You guys are no Justice League." That was the best part of Dark Crisis, when Black Adam literally looks at John Kent's Justice League and tears them apart. And by the way, yes, that is basically John Kent's Superman, Superboy. That's that. I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
This is kind of fan fiction, but I would love a storyline where, like, an 8-year-old Clark Kent, his parents get murdered right in front of him,
and he becomes Batman.
Yeah,
they kind of have that. It's called speeding bullets.
Yeah. Also, I will say, if Superman and Invincible would actually be really good friends.
Wait. Oh yeah, absolutely.
They would get along really well.
Daryl, have you seen Brightburn?
I need to see it,
Dude, that is so good. That's what if Superman came down, but he was actually sent to destroy everyone. Love it. And Brightburn means John gets into an awesome fight. Yeah, but I think Brightburn would win. Sorry, Tevia, because John Kent was raised to hold back. And by the way, Lord Throth, you set me up for that.
Why did you say that name?
So I'm sorry
for you. Invincible versus Connor Kent.
Wait.
Also, Connor has access to his full Kryptonian powers.
Connor. Because Invincible is not a weak fighter, but he's very inexperienced. Connor Kent has been through some stuff.
See, the thing is, what was the name?
Yeah, Tevia. That's kind of that, really, when you think about it. Except he's basically knockoff Ultraman, kind of. But I mean that in a good way. And by the way, Jarrett agrees with me. Connor, hands down. So going back to, oh, by the way, yeah, kind of. So, but okay. There's one thing that I really want to mention, going back to this thing. What I think, the reason why I like Doomsday Clock, going back to Watchmen, that's what would happen if Dr. Manhattan and Superman fought. Because there is this scene. So have you read the comic? And if not, do you mind me spoiling it?
I don't mind.
All right. So in that comic, so Dr. Manhattan, so at the end of Watchmen, you know how Dr. Manhattan leaves?
Yeah.
In this, he goes to the DC universe, because his whole idea is, my world is screwed up. How does it get to this point? Because he sees this world and it's a little better off. And then ultimately the thesis is because there's a Superman. It literally says Superman is the reason why the DC isn't even remotely good. Which,
yeah,
as a Superman fan, love that. But
I mean, that's literally the point of his character, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, throughout the book, they are teasing this fight between Dr. Manhattan and Superman, because you know how Dr. Manhattan, yes, and then Dr. Manhattan is the reason for the new 52. He wanted to do an experiment. What would happen if he changed some things? But anyway, and yes, read it. It's fantastic. But I have a review of the channel, and on the channel. It's so good. But anyway, all you see is Dr. Manhattan is saying, all I see is Superman winding up to punch me, and then nothing. So he thinks that Superman's going to kill him, but it turns out Superman was saving Dr. Manhattan from being attacked by someone from behind. And Dr. Manhattan, and this is after Dr. Manhattan had said to Superman, "I'm the reason why your parents are dead." Because in the new 52 continuity, remember, John and Ma and Pa Kent were killed in a car crash. So it looks like Superman is pissed off. He's going to kill Dr. Manhattan, but in fact, he saves him. And then Dr. Manhattan goes, "Wait a second. Why did you save my life?" And the Superman goes, "Listen, dude, I don't care what you did. All that matters is that what are you going to do in the now? You have a choice to make. And essentially, Dr. Manhattan. That's how Dr. Manhattan gets his humanity back. He says, "I meet Superman, and I am inspired." Superman puts hope in the most humanless character in comics.
Which, let's be honest, is completely on brand for Superman.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's why I say
like that is like the most Superman thing ever.
He is the that book is a love letter to Superman, almost on the level as All-Star Superman, because ultimately, and guess what? What
literally Superman could, like, honestly, if Superman existed in Infinity War Endgame, well, the movie would have been 5 minutes.
It would have been over because he would have torn Thanos' head off. What are you talking about?
Well, he probably would have.
He would have torn the arm off.
The only person who could turn Thanos from his rage into the light would have been Superman.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, and Tevye gets to the point I'm going to say. So, Mime and Marionette are two characters Jeff Johns basically makes. It's basically his version of the Joker and Harley Quinn. They have a kid. And what John decides is that my world is screwed up because it doesn't have this Superman. So what he does, he gives this kid his powers, and then he dies, but his final act, he gives the kid to Night Owl and Silk Spectre to raise, and then he basically says, this kid will be the Superman of my world. He will save my world. So I'm like, pretty much this entire book is Superman is the most important character in all of comic books. And you know what? I agree with that. And so, man, All-Star Superman, I miss great stories like that. Me too. I need to do an All-Star Superman review channel. Review it. Is that something you guys would be interested in? And by the way, yes, he did bring Jor-El back, but that was just Bendis. So, and by the way, now I have to do it. Thanks, guys.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah, I like the original plan to have Jor-El be taken by Dr. Manhattan. Yeah, but it was by He Who Must Not Be Named. So, but that's the main thesis of Doomsday Clock, and that's why that is ultimately what would happen. You talk about what would happen if Superman fought Spider-Man. That's what would really happen if Superman fought Dr. Manhattan. He would talk him down.
I wish DC and Marvel would do more crossovers because there's so much potential.
So much potential. Are you kidding
me? Imagine if they gave the Hulk a Red Lantern ring.
Can imagine if we have a book. I'm going to give you the best book. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Punisher Red Hood. Where they go around and murder criminals.
That would be an interesting team up because they're pretty much the same character.
Yeah, exactly. But you get my point, and that's why I think that's why I want for Snyder to do a Doomsday Clock movie, as like maybe after he does just like an Elseworlds movie, because I think he would definitely get this point, because that's the main thesis of really, if you take Watchmen and Doomsday Clock together as one storyline. I mean, there are some people that only say Watchmen, but my point is, if you take these two holistically, it's a love letter to Superman.
Also, Moon Knight, Spectre.
Oh yes! Oh hell yes!
Daredevil, Batman.
Dr. Fate and Dr. Strange.
I'm convinced that Dr. Fate is the Sorcerer Supreme of the DC universe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But so
imagine like Constantine and Doctor Strange.
And by the way, so to Tom Taylor, I'm gonna
just imagine the amount of British sass. Coming from both of them.
Spider-Man Sideways. Yeah, exactly. They were pretty much the same character. And Tom Taylor is doing great with Deceased, but with Nightwing as Soak, yeah, I'm not getting the same energy. Here's the thing: Tom Taylor is great at writing Elseworlds books. When he does main continuity books, he basically crashes and burns.
Also, I want to see a Hulk Solomon Grundy fight. I mean, Hulk would win, but it would be a good fight.
I want to see Hulk Atrocitus.
Oh, also, I want to see Green Arrow and Hawkeye meet.
Oh, Doctor Strange and Constantine. Oh boy, that would be fun.
Just imagine like them sassing each other. It's just
that would work really well. Particularly if they do a movie and it's Keanu Reeves with Pierce Brosnan.
Wait, you mean Benedict Cumberbatch?
No,
they said Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange.
I mean Constantine. Oh yeah, those two together.
Well, that we're actually. Well, the thing is, it is confirmed that Keanu Reeves is coming back as Constantine, so we might actually see that. Like that's actually possible.
That, by the way, I've never seen I never saw the first Constantine movie. I need to watch it because there you go. And by the way,
also
it's going to be Keanu Reeves, but I do agree with you. I love Matt Ryan as Constantine. Oh, Tobey Maguire.
I will say this:
Tom Hardy Venom. It's Tom Hardy
Venom. I
think
if they are going to do something, I think they're going to put Venom into the Amazing Verse because, like,
it fits there.
Because I think we might get an Amazing Spider-Man 3 because, like, No Way Home proved that
it wasn't Andrew Garfield's fault.
That Andrew Garfield still has plenty of gas in the tank. Like, you could probably do a whole nother trilogy of Amazing Spider-Man films. He could do them. I'm a Tobey Maguire guy, and he was a little bit tired in the film. I mean, he did fine, but you can tell he wasn't as invested as Andrew Garfield was. Andrew Garfield was like 100%.
And even he said he was asked, "Would you come back to Spider-Man?" He goes, "Hell yeah!" And
Tobey Maguire, he did a fine job, and I'm sure he was happy to be there. But but Andrew is like, oh, and there's people actually, and I actually think I'm doing Amazing Spider-Man 3 and setting it in the Venom verse would actually be really cool.
Is the best Spider-Man ever? Quote me on that. I'll give you that.
I mean, you're not wrong.
By the way, this would actually be pretty cool. So, of course, we have to have the annual mention of Super Sons, but this is actually a good idea. Super Sons crossover with Laura Kenny and Mayday Parker.
Oh no, even better.
Basically, the Super Sons of the Marvel universe.
Also, you got to have Wiccan and Speed in there.
Okay, I can see that. And by the way,
I mean, they are the children. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna do children of famous Marvel characters, you got to have Wiccan and Speed.
By the way, I want a Quicksilver Flash. And the Flash just completely annihilates him because the Flash goes so fast he goes back in time.
I think it's pretty much a very well established fact that the Flash is infinitely faster than Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, any of the Flashes. It doesn't matter if it's Wally West or Barry Allen because it's well established that Wally West is faster. But any of the Flashes can destroy Quicksilver. But anyway, going back to Watchmen. Let me ask you this, dude. So it's already asked what's your favorite scene? If not, what's your favorite scene?
Probably the prison sequence. Where they're trying to 1-0, 2-0. That whole thing.
I love that. When the dude reaches in and like breaks his arms and have to saw off his arms.
And it's like the guy steadily getting more and more panicked. Like he's like, he all swaggers up like, ha, 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 and just like...
Yeah, and he's like, oh no, and then just runs away. And then we get the epic fight scene of like... By the way, what is it with like superhero movies and sci-fi movies? Whenever there's a hallway scene, it's always badass.
Also, I gotta say, like, when he electrocutes some, he just kind of looks down and just kind of marvels at the irony. It's just like... That is actually a really clever fourth wall break, and God bless them for doing that.
And Tevia and I actually agree. Our favorite scene. Oh, by the way, thanks, Lord Throff. Love you too. All right, the Snyder episode is the only good Teen Titans Go episode, in my opinion. I'll agree with you on that one. I'll give you. I haven't watched the show, but it's my favorite episode.
I will say, Teen Titans Go the movies is a surprisingly adorable movie.
I'll watch it and then we'll talk about it. But a favorite scene is Dr. Manhattan.
By the way, a certain person makes a cameo in that movie where you will not believe they made a cameo.
Yeah. Oh, is that Perez? Oh, it's not George Perez. But anyway.
No, I don't want to spoil it because you'll be like, holy crap, they made it. It's like, I mean, they call it out in there, but like just the fact that they had
someone
that
I'll know.
Oh, fuck yes. Sorry. I don't want to spoil it because it just comes out of nowhere and it's just such a great moment. And actually got the person to voice themselves. Like, I don't want to spoil
it's a real person. It's a real person.
Yes.
Okay. Don't tell me. I'll look at it and then we'll do this later. All right. So
when you see it, you'll know exactly, and you'll be like, it's great.
So that's the line. All right. So you want to transition to out of this and then go to like panel guest timed?
Sure.
All right. So the way we're going to do this is once again, the way this works that you DM me on Twitter, I send you the link and you're on for 5 minutes, and then we have to cycle you out. Now, what I would like to do is try and get some new people to DM me, because while you guys are always welcome, I just want to have like more people. Like, hey, Jared, you want to come on and talk for 5 minutes about Watchmen or like any Zack Snyder thing?
Yeah, sorry, Tevya. Next time.
You still can, but I'm just saying if no one new shows up, fine.
Yeah, we were prioritizing new people today.
Yeah, and I'll drop my Twitter in here.
Also, don't forget to toss a coin to your witcher.
A valley of plenty.
I mean, that's probably something we'll say when you get your super chats up and running.
Yeah, I'll probably honestly, what I'll do is that my whole plug for the thing, for the what is it? My whole plug for the super chats will be just me dropping that clip. But so Jared, I think you have me on Twitter, so DM me on Twitter, and then I can send you the thing. All right, I got you, Jared. I'm sending you the link right now. Remember, one rule: keep it PG. I know Nick has thoroughly ignored that rule this week, but please keep it PG.
I recognize that the king has made a decision, but given that it's a super dance decision, I've chosen to ignore it.
That's good. I love that. Now,
I'm sorry, I had to. You kind of set me up for it.
The way it's going to work the way it's going to work to put consequence on this is that if people keep ignoring the rule, it doesn't matter if they have time left; they will be removed. I'm just saying that. That's just the thing. All right, so looks like it's just going to be Jarrett and then Tevya. So yeah, I saw Tevya. So we'll start with Jarrett, and then we'll go to Tevya.
I'm queuing things up right now.
Yeah, so. Queue it up. And remember that this could be about like it's really ultimately I kind of want to invite like. It doesn't necessarily have to be on Watchmen. It can be. I would like.
You can talk about the weather if you want.
Really, anything that we talked about on the stream, because I know that we've gone really everywhere on this stream.
Yeah, we're kind of scatterbrained.
That's part of the fun. That's part of the fun of doing live streams. So, Jared, I sent you the link. You should have it. If not, let me know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jared Heath. What's up, brother?
What up, brother?
All right,
your time starts now. Go ahead.
What's up? How's everyone doing?
Doing pretty well.
Pretty good.
Yourself?
Oh, I might be on a lag, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm on the lag. Hold on.
All right, just go west. Say whatever you got to say, brother.
Okay, fair enough. First of all, it's good to be here again. Actually, showing my face this time. But to make a long story short, I actually watched Watchmen one time, and it was a dare, and I was about 8 or 9 at the time.
Oh, jeez.
That is not a movie you watch at that age.
Well, it can't be any worse than The Mask, so.
Yeah.
Somebody stop me.
Really, Nick? Really?
Yes.
Everyone says that to Nick at some point, so.
I mean, nobody stopped me yet, so.
Not Snyder Queen, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she's an actual queen. I have to. I have to obey her royal decrees.
I ignore her royal decrees all the time, so don't worry about that.
Oh, I thought you just ignored the Wonder Bat once.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's really that. So
yeah, if anything's gonna get him arrested for treason, it's that. So
I will go to the guillotine.
All right, I'll hold you to that.
All right. So sorry, Jared. Go ahead.
No, you good. Though the only good super wonder is from Kingdom Come, in my opinion. Everything else is either derivative or overly edgy.
Have you read the new 52 storyline?
Yes, I have. Not as good as the one in Kingdom Come, but it's pretty decent. I'll give you that.
To be fair, Kingdom Come is a really good comic, so I commend your taste.
Dark Knight Returns, so there you go.
Uh,
It's better in Dark Knight
Master Race was not that good, man. Master Race was not that good.
Oh, yeah, and we all know what happened with Dark Knight Strikes Again, so...
Oh, God.
Or like an All-Star Batman and Robin where they're arguing and they just start making out all of a sudden.
The less said about that, the better, please.
Yeah.
Why did you say that name? Please. Just somebody roll the clip already.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right. This won't count as your time, so
Why did you say that name?
There you go.
Worth it.
All right.
Well, I know Tevye is next, and he's probably going to go on a Super Sons rant, so I'm going to let him have the floor.
Nice.
Good to meet you guys.
You too. You too. Have a good one, brother. All right, Tevye, I'm gonna send you the link now. That was great.
So he had about 2.5 minutes left. You want to just give that to Tevye?
Sure. And Tevye, we love you, dude. It's just a little playful ripping, but that was great. I know Tevye's gonna go into Super Sons. It's all good, brother. It's all good. Remember, everyone, I say this to all my guests: keep it PG. That's the only rule. That's it. That's the only rule. Besides, don't be an a-hole, but I think that goes with keep it PG, right?
I have violated all those rules.
Yeah, I may not have Nick back on. I'm only kidding. Only kidding. It's all good. Tevye, I sent you the link. Nick, you all queued up?
Yeah, he's got 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, you have some extra time because Jared went short.
He graciously donated his time.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Tevye to hop in, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm excited for ISOM.
Oh, yeah, which is a real comic, apparently.
Yeah, it's going to be my Indie Wednesday coming up. I don't mind telling you guys that. This Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about ISOM. And I went to my LCS today and got like a crap ton of comics. Including, by the way, so it's gotten to the point, Nick, where every time I go to my LCS, I have to get a Witchblade thing.
Well, you might have to skip next week's run because a lot of that money might be going to Threacher, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, here's the thing. Every month I go to my LCS and splurge, so it's a monthly thing. And by
they
the way,
love it when you walk through the door.
Yo, what's
Hello.
up, dude? All right, 3, 2, 1, action.
Time starts now.
All right. Okay. It's been a long since I watched Watchmen. The last time I watched Watchmen was for that Watchmen TV show, and TV show is not that great.
Thank you. Thank you.
However, I'll get what the TV show did. The one thing I did like in that show, they did do the squid thing. That's the one part I like.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but everything else about the show, they tried. I know they tried without the comment. Okay, they did a sequel. But wasn't one probably that this be left alone? You can't do sequel or prequels. I read the sequel, it failed. Remember before Watchmen? You know, those comics? Years ago?
Mm-hmm.
That meant a failure.
But, dude, Doomsday Clock was actually really good, though.
Yeah, Doomsday Clock was good. I agree. I own Doomsday Clock.
That's the one sequel that actually was really good, even though it took forever to come out.
It did take forever to come out. Like, holy... You know, we can't curse and join it, but
thank you. I appreciate that. Nick, take notes from Tevye.
I don't know what to say about Cat. I don't PG.
It's all good.
But that should not happen. That thing should not have been driven crazy. Why? Mm-hmm. Well, I know what happened. The deal happened, and Bendis happened, and then messed everything up.
Yeah. Bendis is gonna Bendis. So
yeah.
Why did you say that name?
All right. And I promise this will not count as part of your time.
Why did you say that name?
This is the most I played that clip, I think, of all my live streams.
What
is with you people?
We're crazy, didn't you know?
I'm gonna have a stream that's just that going on a loop, pretty much.
Yeah,
and by the way,
actually, you know what you should do? You should create like a 10-hour compilation of that, like where it's for 10 hours, you just play that and post it on your channel as a joke.
Must that be like 1.5 thousand views?
Yeah, that's probably insane.
1.5 million views.
Yeah, 2.5 billion, a billion.
Yeah, exactly. And with Tevye, it'd be like any mention of the Super Sons.
Dude, actually, wait. There's going to shoot an Iron Film. I'm going to do a comic this year. And I am copying John Eskiners, but another thing one year coming on what the Bad Superman animated movie. So yay, they're putting
it looks
out the new
great.
comic.
I will give you that. It looks like an amazing movie. I'm good. I'll watch it, and that we can do a collab and talk about it because I definitely want to talk about that movie.
Same. Like
if there's anything you got to bring Tevye on, it's got to be a Super Sons.
It's got to be a Super Sons.
Yep.
Like
literally,
Tevye talk about it every time.
Like literally, Tevye's whole brand.
Nick is the pissing me off guy, and Tevye is the Super Sons guy.
I do it so well too. I do it so well.
You did. There you go. That's why I have you on.
Indeed. But
someone's got to keep you lively.
Yeah, exactly. So go on, Tevye.
Yeah, but besides, what makes I know? It's look at the movie as a whole. Especially director's cut, is really good. I don't. The movie's it's a very good movie. Yeah, you can change it. Unfortunately, you change the squid into a bomb, which fine. I get that you because people would not be like the squid thing, but I think I like the squid thing back then. Maybe because they changed it because I do not.
I demand the tentacle cut.
Tentacle cut.
Don't. What have I said about keeping this PG, Nick?
I just said
Nick keeps doing it.
All I said was tentacles. It's implied rather than explicit. If we were in Japan, it'd be a different story, though.
Yeah, if we were in Japan, it'd be explicit.
Indeed.
Sorry, Tammy, I had to go ahead.
That's funny. That's okay. But anyway, the one thing I didn't know with the squid that changed the energy down the hand be the main enemy in the squid, which I get it because you're not later, but fine. You still get the same message, kind of, sort of, even though you got to change it. It's weird. The end itself, to the movie itself, doesn't keep the same source material. You know what I don't get the ending at all, but who knows? Maybe in the future, but final part of the movie as a whole, because then time went up. Movie is a good movie, and I may check it out for curiosity. By the way, I forgot to mention the 3 cuts: the open edition, drunk cut, and the value cut. Open edition, I have to contain some other stuff as well.
I'm probably gonna end up watching whichever one the 4-hour cut is like 11 times. Lord knows. I've watched the Snyder cut 10 times.
Yeah.
Oh, Tevye, congratulations on getting a Super Sons movie. All right, see you, Jared. Yeah. Yep. It looks great. So I'm excited. It looks like the Super Sons comic. So.
Indeed, I mean, it's Starlo.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, which okay. I'm like, okay. He's a villain that's well known enough to just put him in a Super Sons movie for right now, and who knows? It could lead to a sequel. So there you go.
Yep.
So on that note, Tevye, I will see you around, dude, and we definitely have to do the video when the movie comes out.
Indeed.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you didn't do it, it'd be kind of stupid. If you didn't have mom,
wasting an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, wait, I'm gonna wait. I give it Watchmen. I give it 4.5 stars. Good movie. I'm gonna check it out. See you guys.
All right, see you, dude. So on that note, but I think
he's exactly 5.5 minutes because it was like the 2-minute warning had just passed when he logged off. Okay, so that was actually good. That was good timing.
So by the way, that was really fun. So beyond that, so in terms of again, so actually, Tevye had a good idea. So how would you rate this movie? I'd give it a solid 9.5 out of 10 because there were some parts where I'm like, it would probably go to a 10 out of 10 if I watched the extended cut. So there you go.
So so for me, basically for me, it's like 7 is a good movie, 8 is a really good movie, 9 is outstanding, and 10 is perfect. I don't really give 10s very often. You know, for me, this is an 8 out of 10 movie. It does have some flaws here and there.
Yeah.
I feel like the slowdown can get a bit tedious in parts. You know, I feel like he kind of does it a little bit too much sometimes.
But here's the thing: it's a comic book movie.
Yeah, but not everything needs like some of it. Like probably my favorite shot is probably the fight with like the would-be assassin, because like he does like a wind up and wind down where like he up and then slows it down, and like my favorite shot is like when he takes he goes really fast, grabs the banister, it slows, pauses for a second, and then it speeds up again. I really love that shot because it's like he's not just doing slowdowns, he's actually like going back and forth with playing with time. And I really does. He like the wind up for that hit. The way he does it just makes it feel that much more impactful. So
he did that same thing with 300. By the way, that will be a movie we talk about later on.
I mean, we talk about us. I've never actually seen 300, so.
Oh my gosh! Well, then why are you here? That's besides the point. But
because you asked me to be here.
That's true. So on that note, this is a reminder that we're going to. It's a really long. It's a long book. So is Doomsday Clock. So plan ahead if you're gonna watch this.
I mean, honestly, Watchmen probably would work really well as like a 12-part Netflix series,
like
where
Max miniseries or something like that.
Yeah, where they kind of don't hold back with the mature stuff, and like each issue being an episode, it would actually work really, really well. The problem is they'll never do that with today's climate. But like, honestly, I could have seen them doing it in like 2015.
Yeah. On that note, before we log off, I just want to remind you guys that next week we are doing a stream launching Screecher on Friday, I believe, for Friday, October 7th at noon on this channel, and we're going to launch it. We're going to talk about the campaign. Then I may or may not back it. We're live on the channel. So
you better toss a coin to your Witcher.
That's so badass, by the way. So Nick, once more, give us give us essentially a sales pitch on Screecher before we log off.
Screecher is a Batman-inspired comic, inspired by the a lot of inspired, but it's a throwback to the late '90s, early 2000s era of DC Comics. If you liked, the Batman of the time, Young Justice, Teen Titans, Nightwing, you'll be right at home. And it's about a woman who her father was incarcerated for a crime he did not commit, and now she must take on the mantle of Screecher in order to find a way to set him free.
So
I even put on my NPR voice for that.
Yeah, I love that. And that whole her father behind like bars for a crime he didn't commit, that kind of reminds me of Flash a little bit too.
Yeah, that does kind of work out pretty well.
So on that note, back the hell out of Screecher when the campaign launched on Friday, or I will be very angry and disappointed. And to quote the Hulk, you won't like me when I'm angry.
And then also, so basically we'll be starting the stream at noon and then launching at 12:30, so that kind of gets some people there. And then we'll probably be carrying on the stream for another half an hour. So like if you're in the stream and you donate, please let us know, and then we'll give you a shout out. We'll thank you, and whatnot, and we can answer your questions live on the air.
Yeah.
And so if you want a shout out, please make sure to back the campaign and let us know. We'll be happy to give you a shout out.
Yeah, exactly. And on that note, and by the way, before we log off too, I am working on the script for Thunder Goddess issue 1. I'm not gonna have any campaigns or anything until at least the book is very close to being done. That way,
that is smart. Like that is the way you should do it.
Because I want there to be less of a delay between you backing the book and you getting the book.
Which, by the way, Screecher is pretty much all but done. The only thing I'm waiting on now is I have the cover, but like I've realized the logo isn't really the best, so I'm having the logo remade. And once that's done, literally the book will be done.
Yeah.
We're Eastern Standard Time, so it's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're both of us are at Eastern. I'm right on the edge of it. He's a Florida man.
Yeah, I'm a Florida man. I even have the beard, and I survived a hurricane. So there you go. But
you are a Florida man.
Yeah. On that note, hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I know I apologize that it had to be delayed a week, but life.
Drop the pre-launch link and then the show link in the chat real quick for the people here.
All right. So here is the show link for, and again, these will both be tweeted out like this week. So. Don't worry if you miss it.
Yeah, but if you click on that show link, you can be notified through YouTube when it's about to go live, and you have the link. And then if you sign up for the campaign directly, you can get emails when it go live. Kind of thing.
Where's the link to the actual campaign, though?
I think I put it in private chat. No, I did not put it in private chat. Okay,
please post it in private chat.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Great, PK. I love that.
All right, let me, okay. All right. What? Oh my God. Sorry, I was just being stupid.
Hurry up. Dan.
All right, it's in the.
I gotcha. Yeah, we're gonna we're logging off right now, PK. So there's the link to Screecher. Back that comic. Come on Friday, and we'll hang out. Remember, on Saturday we're gonna do. I think it's Army of the Dead is what we decided, or we'll do something else. I still have to talk to Nick about what we want to do, and then Sunday we'll most likely be doing the Snyder like trivia night. So come for that, and and enjoy the content coming out this week from both of us. By the way, one more thing I want to do is I'm going to drop the link to Nick's YouTube channel real quick.
Oh, and thank you for stopping by, Tevye. You're always a great guest. We hope to see you both Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, we had fun hanging out with you, dude. All right, so
honestly, I do think you'd like Screecher, Tevye, because like it kind of evokes a lot of that classic DC stuff. You know,
of all the people that would enjoy Screecher, it's probably Tevye.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. On that note, guys, Lorthroth, Jarrett, PK, Tevye, see you guys later. Snyder Queen, adios. I'm right about Wonderbat. And on that note, again, stay heroic, everyone, and we will see you in the next ones. Bye-bye.